What if I told you that the reality you live today isn't set in stone, that there's a way to tune your vibration to the universe's highest frequency, the vibration of God, and thereby completely reconfigure your existence? Most people believe their outer world shapes their lives, but the truth is the opposite. Your inner vibration sketches every detail of what you experience. When you learn to raise your frequency to the creative source, miracles cease to be exceptions and become your new normal. In this video, you'll discover how to use the principles of consciousness science taught by Jacobo Grinberg to literally reprogram your mind and co-create a brand new reality. Get ready to break free from limitations and access the field where everything is possible. And now, write in the comments, "I vibrate at the frequency of divine creation." This isn't just a catchphrase, it's your first step toward aligning your energy with the miracle of life. Jacobo Grinberg, a Mexican neuroscientist and psychologist, dedicated his life to studying consciousness and bridging science with spirituality. He developed synergetic theory, a revolutionary proposal asserting that reality isn't something external and fixed, but a projection built by the interaction between an individual's neuronal field and the so-called synergetic field, a universal energetic matrix. In other words, the world we perceive is shaped by the quality of our mental vibration. According to Grinberg, the mind doesn't merely interpret the world, it actively creates it. And when that mind aligns with the purest, highest vibration, the vibration of God, it resonates with the field where everything already exists in potential. This idea is reinforced by other powerful voices, like Greg Braden, who explores the influence of emotion on DNA, and Neville Goddard, who teaches how strongly held mental states inevitably materialize. This video isn't about blind faith, it's about active consciousness. By understanding how to elevate your vibration and tune into the source, you not only transform your perception, you transform the very fabric of reality. Science and spirituality, when united, reveal that creating the life of your dreams isn't a miracle, it's a conscious choice. Imagine for a moment a frequency so high, so pure, that it knows no fear, scarcity, or separation. That is the vibration of God, the absolute source of creation, order, and universal abundance. This frequency isn't somewhere distant or inaccessible. It pulses within you, waiting to be recognized, activated, and expressed. Tuning into the vibration of God doesn't mean becoming flawless by human standards. It means aligning with the original consciousness that creates and sustains everything. In quantum physics, we know that everything is energy, and that energy vibrates at different frequencies. Emotions like fear, guilt, or anger carry dense, limiting vibrations. In contrast, feelings such as love, gratitude, and compassion raise our vibration and draw us closer to the field of infinite possibilities, the quantum field where divine consciousness resides. So when you vibrationally elevate yourself, you don't just feel better emotionally. You literally change the information you emit into the universe and attract realities that match your new frequency. The vibration of God is, above all, coherence. Coherence between thought, feeling, and action. It is the state of alignment in which the mind no longer opposes the heart, and the body becomes a channel for conscious expression. When you think love, feel love, and act with love, you resonate in unity with the Creator, and it is in that unity that miracles become natural. What once felt difficult or remote begins to manifest effortlessly. This vibration is also inner silence. It's in the space of quiet that you begin to hear divine guidance, not as an external voice, but as a deep intuition that steers you without fear. Jacobo Grinberg asserted that this connection becomes possible when we dissolve the distortion field, the constant mental noise fueled by limiting beliefs and chaotic stimuli. By clearing that field, you come into direct contact with what he called the original field, where pure consciousness resides. Being in the vibration of God doesn't mean you ignore life's challenges. It means facing them from a place of inner power. It's like climbing to the summit of a mountain. The obstacles still exist, but your perspective shifts completely. You become capable of seeing beyond the chaos, beyond the limitations, and responding to the world with presence and wisdom. This frequency is available to everyone, but only those who choose it will access it. And that choice begins with a simple gesture: pausing, breathing, and remembering who you truly are. A spark of the divine with the power to create, heal, and transform. When you understand and feel this truth, you step out of victimhood and into your role as a conscious co-creator of reality. For Jacobo Grinberg, the human mind isn't just a function of the brain, but a complex field of energy that constantly interacts with a universal matrix, the synergetic field. His theory challenges the traditional materialistic view that the mind is a mere byproduct of matter and proposes something revolutionary: that perceived reality is a direct product of the observer's consciousness configuration. Grinberg explained that the human neuronal field functions like a projector. It doesn't just record the world, it literally constructs it from information stored within your mental structure. That means what you see, feel, and experience isn't an objective truth, but a personalized interpretation shaped by your beliefs, memories, emotions, and vibrational frequencies. The external world is, in fact, a mirror of your inner world. This vision is supported by quantum experiments like the double-slit experiment, which show that the observer affects particle behavior. Reality, therefore, isn't fixed. It's malleable, mutable, and profoundly influenced by the observer's expectations and mental state. Grinberg took this principle beyond theory and demonstrated, through his research, that you can train your mind to alter your lived experiences. He identified that the mind has a segmented structure composed of filters formed over a lifetime through education, trauma, repetition, and conditioning. These filters act like invisible lenses that distort your perception of reality, limiting what you can see, feel, and create. The good news is that these filters can be dissolved. Through expanded consciousness and practices like meditation, visualization, affirmations, and states of presence, you can deprogram these structures and access the mind's purer layers. Grinberg also proposed that the mind is both plastic and holographic. Plastic because it can be shaped through repetition and conscious intention. Holographic because each part contains the whole, meaning how you think about one aspect of your life affects every other area. A belief in financial scarcity, for example, not only limits your money, but also impacts your self-esteem, relationships, and worldview. By restructuring one thought, you change the whole. Understanding this mental architecture gives you power, the power to choose what to keep and what to transform. And even more importantly, the power to stop blaming the external world and take responsibility for what's happening inside you. The outside is always a reflection of the inside. Once you understand that, there are no more victims, only conscious co-creators of their own reality. Raising your vibrational frequency isn't an abstract concept. It's a real, practical, and accessible process. Everything in the universe vibrates, including your thoughts, emotions, and attitudes. And the higher your vibration, the closer you move toward the field of divine creation. The secret is choosing every day emotional and mental states that resonate with the source's frequency. Love, gratitude, compassion, courage, presence. One of the simplest, most powerful ways to elevate your vibration is through conscious breathing. Deep breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, reduces stress, and increases mental clarity. By inhaling slowly through the nose, holding for a few seconds, and exhaling with presence, you calm the mind and reconnect to the now. This primes your energy field to access higher frequencies. Another essential practice is active gratitude. Intellectual thanks isn't enough. You must feel it. Every day, write down 3 things you're truly grateful for, even if they seem small. Gratitude opens your heart, dissolves mental resistance, and raises your frequency almost instantly. When you vibrate in gratitude, you signal to the universe that you're in a state of receiving, and that attracts more reasons to be grateful. Vibrational meditation is also a powerful technique. During meditation, visualize yourself surrounded by a golden or white light, feeling it purify your thoughts and emotions. Internally repeat phrases like, "I am light, I am peace, I am divine creation." The important factor isn't duration, but depth of surrender. 5 minutes of fully present meditation is worth more than an hour of distraction. Aligned affirmations are another key. As Jacobo Grinberg showed, the mind is moldable by repetition. Choose phrases that express the vibrational state you wish to inhabit. Examples: I vibrate in harmony with divine abundance. My mind is aligned with love and creation. Repeat them upon waking, before sleeping, and whenever your vibration drops. It's also crucial to care for your physical body. Your vibration is impacted by everything you consume: food, sounds, words, even environments. Eat light, natural foods. Listen to music that uplifts your soul. Avoid negative conversations and heavy atmospheres. Your body is the temple of divine vibration. Treat it as such. Finally, practice conscious silence. Amid the world's noise, carve out a few minutes of complete stillness, no stimuli, no distractions, so you can hear the source's frequency within you. In that silence, insights emerge, emotions settle, and vibration stabilizes. Elevating your frequency doesn't demand perfection, it demands intention. A small act of love, a conscious choice not to react in anger, a word of compassion, all these raise you. And the more you stay in that vibration, the more naturally your external reality begins to transform. Have you noticed certain patterns keep repeating in your life even when you try to change? That's not bad luck or coincidence, it's mental programming. According to Grinberg, the mind operates in vibrational cycles that shape perception and consequently reality. Between those cycles lies a sacred moment, the 6th cycle, the transition between conscious and unconscious states that occurs just before deep sleep. This is the ideal portal to reprogram your mind. At that instant, the human brain enters a hypnagogic state where brain waves slow. The rational mind drifts off and the subconscious opens fully. It's here that you can introduce powerful vibrational commands, affirmations, visualizations, and emotional sensations that are accepted without resistance. Conscious repetition in this moment is the secret to restructuring beliefs, dissolving limiting patterns, and installing a new vibrational identity. Neville Goddard also spoke of this principle. He called it creative sleep and taught that whatever you feel is true in this state imprints on the subconscious as a command to manifest. That's why so many people stay trapped in negative cycles. They fall asleep each night, reaffirming their pains, fears, and frustrations, and the obedient subconscious reproduces those commands as reality the next day. To harness the power of the 6th cycle, create a nightly reprogramming ritual. First, calm your environment and body. Turn off electronics, avoid negative content, and enter a state of deep relaxation. Then choose a short, clear, positive affirmation aligned with what you want to manifest. Example: I am worthy of the reality I desire, or my mind is aligned with the vibration of God. Now for the most important step, feel that affirmation as if it's already real. Visualize scenes of the life you want to live. Notice the sounds, faces, environments, sensations. But above all, embody the emotion. Feel the joy, peace, and freedom of already living that new version. Stay with that image until you fall asleep. When you sleep within the vibration of your desire, the subconscious accepts that reality as truth and begins to move you toward it. Repetition is key. The subconscious learns through emotional repetition. It's not enough to do this once and expect miracles. What's automatic in your mind today was installed by daily repetition of negative ideas, usually unconsciously. To reverse that, you need awareness, consistency, and feeling. In a few days, you'll start noticing subtle changes, new thoughts, fresh perceptions, synchronicities, opportunities. Over time, those inner seeds become external harvests. Conscious repetition is the art of speaking the universe's native language, felt vibration. The more you practice, the more inevitable your new reality becomes. Use the sixth cycle with wisdom and consistency, and watch the world shift before your eyes. Co-creating reality isn't an isolated event. It's a daily stance. To be a conscious co-creator means living from an inner identity aligned with the creative source, God, and no longer from old conditioning of scarcity, fear, or limitation. Transformation happens not only when you desire something, but when you become someone compatible with what you wish to manifest. The first key is to replace the victim identity with the cause identity. Most people act as if life happens to them rather than through them. That mindset keeps them stuck in excuses, blame, and inaction. Assuming the co-creator identity means understanding that every choice, every thought, every emotion you have shapes the field you call reality. You stop reacting and start creating. Each day, ask yourself, which version of me is already living what I desire? That question aligns you with a higher self. Imagine, for example, that you want more abundance. Ask, how does that version of me think? How does she walk, speak, decide? The secret is to act as if you already are that version, even if the external world hasn't caught up yet. Identity precedes evidence. Jacobo Grinberg explained that consciousness is an informational field that directly influences the synergetic field, the matrix of reality. That means your identity is vibrational information the universe reads and responds to. When you assume daily the posture of someone already in harmony with the Creator, the universe rearranges events around you to reflect that new frequency. But how do you keep that identity alive day to day? The answer is continuous presence and small intentional acts. Use visual reminders, phrases on your mirror or images on your phone. Begin each day with affirmations and end with visualizations. Change your language. Swap "I can't" for "I'm learning." "This is hard" for "This is strengthening me." Every word you speak is a vibrational seed. Another crucial point is compassionate self-correction. It's natural to fall into old patterns during the day. The key isn't to avoid mistakes, but to notice them and return to your original frequency without guilt. Whenever you catch misaligned thoughts or behaviors, stop, breathe, and say, "I choose to return to my creative essence." Would that simple phrase reconnects you to your inner authority? Finally, cultivate a sense of spiritual mission. You're not here just to survive or accumulate possessions. You're here to expand consciousness, share light, and co-create a reality in which the divine manifests through you. When you see yourself as a conduit of the divine, every gesture, from a single word to an entire project, carries creative potency. Acting as a co-creator is remembering every day who you are beyond masks, fears, and stories. And when you embody that truth with courage, the universe responds with synchronicity, flow, and transformation. Jacobo Grinberg introduced the world to the concept of the synergetic field, a universal energy matrix where all possibilities exist in potential, awaiting the human mind's interaction to become perceptible reality. This field is the universe's primordial substance, and we, as conscious beings, act as its shapers through our intentions, beliefs, and, above all, our emotions. Emotions are the vibrational bridge between inner and outer worlds. They are the paint with which we color our reality in the synergetic field. While thoughts structure form, emotions give life and creative force. An idea without emotion is merely passive possibility. But an idea charged with intense emotion, love, gratitude, faith, or enthusiasm, becomes an active force of manifestation. According to Grinberg, the mind interprets the synergetic field through its individual structure, filtered by experiences, beliefs, and emotional states. That means there's no objective reality, only perceived reality, which is constantly shaped by how you feel. If you vibrate in fear, you'll interpret the world as dangerous. If you vibrate in joy, you'll see opportunities around every corner. Matter then organizes in response to the vibrational quality of your dominant emotion. Quantum physics supports this idea too. Subatomic particles have no defined form until observed. They exist as probabilities. When the observer interacts with the field, one of those possibilities collapses into concrete reality. That collapse doesn't occur merely by looking, but mainly by the intention and emotional charge with which the observer influences the field. Emotion is, therefore, the key to quantum collapse. It's what chooses which reality among infinite options becomes visible. This explains why so many manifestation attempts fail, because they're driven only by intellect without matching emotion. Wishing for something while feeling fear, doubt, or unworthiness creates a confusing signal the field cannot recognize as coherent. Conversely, when you feel as if what you want is already real and feel it intensely, the field responds immediately. The practice here is simple yet profound. Cultivate elevated emotions daily, even if your current reality doesn't yet reflect what you desire. Use imagination as a bridge. Visualize yourself living the life you dream of and feel grateful as if it's already real. This anticipatory gratitude is a vibrational code that instructs the synergetic field to collapse precisely that reality. Jacobo Grinberg affirmed that the field is neutral. It neither judges nor chooses. It simply responds. Therefore, if your life today doesn't reflect your desires, observe your emotions. They're creating reality every moment. And when you elevate your emotion, you elevate your creation. Feeling is creating, and whoever masters feeling masters reality.